What up? What up? What up? I hope everything good with you and yours. Hopefully you could hopefully you could hear me loud and clear. You know what I'm saying? You probably already see the topic of discussion. By the way, another glorious day. You see what I'm saying? Life is beautiful, right? If you are able to relate to that, that's a wonderful way to feel, to operate. It's a very beautiful frequency to be able to experience. Believe me when I tell you, right? It's a very intricate world in terms of who we are first and foremost and how we cope, deal, and relate with what we have to encounter, whether negative or positive, and that's on the daily, if that makes sense. So you already seeing the topic that I mentioned, trolling, or as many different aspects to trolling. So, and I looked it up myself. I said, you know, and of course I had an idea. It's kind of self-explanatory when we talking about trolling, right? And that outlook on it would be, basically dealing with someone else's, negative approaches to others, and how they deal with others, right? Criticism, bullying, um, things of that nature, right? I mean, even so many more definitions that apply to somebody who is just out to bring other people down, right? So one would, you know, you know. So anyway, so let's get to it, right? The internet, for me, is where I heard the term trolling, and so I'm like, damn, yo, salute, yo, yo, peace, fam, salute. You already know, Jay, we in the building. Word, salute to Jay in the chat. So yeah, like I was saying, so I heard about trolling throughout the internet, but when I understood what that was on the internet, and I always had this outlook, I'm like, but shit. I mean, if somebody could troll on the internet and say negative things, and I mean, the thing, the what defines being a troll on the internet, my outlook on it was always like, well, I mean, what people deal with trolls in real life on a regular. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the internet is one thing, right? Where somebody enters one's chat or goes onto somebody's comment section, whatever social media platform that may be, where people socialize, of course, right? But then you have the people who disagree, who have opposite opinions and things of that nature. That's one thing, right? I mean, that's life. And we all have a right to that. But then we have those individuals where they just simply are out to, you know, negatively offend somebody verbally, expose people in all those different ways in which somebody tries to bring another person down. So anyway, with that being said, so let's get into a few examples, right? Because trolling happens in real life to where people do things, say things to where somebody's livelihood may actually be affected in the sense of an event of consequence, you know what I'm saying, really occurs, right? So let's give one example. You know what I'm saying? And I started this video because, and I'm gonna tell you why. So let me give my example first, because I'm working on my delivery and points that I make, and I know that's something I got to work on my channel and things of that nature, right? Because I'm real with myself first. But so let's start with this example, right? You have little, like, so children are very impressionable, right? Children are very impressionable, and so when children aren't in the presence of adults, you see what I'm saying? They deal with a lot of peer pressure. So you have children who encourage each other or to provoke situations, or let's just say encourage each other in negative ways to do something that will bring about consequence, okay? A child could be in a group with other children and they're out in the neighborhood and it's like, I dare you to do whatever. You see what I'm saying? So that's a form of, would that be considered the child in that circle of other children being trolled, not just by suggestion or dare, but that suggestion, provoking that other child to do something that will now bring about severe consequence or potentially hurt somebody else, right? I remember years ago, and it may happen to this day, somewhere, somehow, but children do very dangerous things as far as throwing objects over a bridge, the overpass of a bridge, or, where, where cars have to drive under. You see what I'm saying? So a child could be like, throw this, excuse me, throw this object over the bridge, and then now that person who's driving past comes in contact with that object, boom, hits their windshield. That person rears off the, loses control of the car, hits a divider or something that now this person is injured, that, their car is destroyed. I'm just saying, so trolling comes in so many different forms. And when you think about trolling, again, beyond the internet, and that's what I put in the title. I said trolling goes beyond the internet, right? So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Adults troll the adults every day at their jobs, bullying and provoking. You know what I'm saying? It go on in real life. And, it's ill, right? I'm gonna tell you, right? Cause I'm gonna tell you something. It's ill. Let me tell you, right? Cause I peep game. So if you look at my first Mike Tyson video, right? And this is what dawned on me. And you know what made me pay attention to the whole trolling? Like, the other day I was on live and the dude said to me, somebody was in the chat said, that other person was trolling you. And I was like, oh, all right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't even care about that, right? Because, and that's when I was mentioning I went through the fire, right? So I'm like, damn. After the fact, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, word? Like, you know what I mean? But besides that, though, right? So, again, this is what made me pay attention to the trolling. So it made me think about a previous video, right? And this is the video I'm talking about. If you look at the video I did with the Mike Tyson push-ups, the first Mike Tyson push-up video I ever did. And, I was so excited about doing that video, right? I was so excited about doing that video. And the excitement was not just doing the video, but I never done those before. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so I do the video. So the reason why I'm saying I was so excited about doing the video, right? Now, I seen the Mike Tyson push-up done over and over and over again by way of other videos, right? Other demonstrations, you know what I'm saying? And when I did them myself, I felt like, you know what I mean? I just got right to it. So I really felt like I was performing them the right way. Word. And this is, you know what I'm saying? You got to have humor. You got to laugh at yourself. So I'm doing, and I did, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so I was doing the Mike Tyson push-ups. So what I learned is that the Mike Tyson push-up I was doing initially, there is an exercise called the downward dog. You see what I'm saying? Like, and this is how you learn things about yourself, by trial and error, right? Even though you saw the correct way of something being done, right, you still could take the approach of doing so and do it wrong. So anyway, so my point of mentioning this per se, right? So, and shout out to anybody who gave me feedback, who support the channel, and by way of you know, subscribing, likes, all that. I appreciate it all, right? That's what, you know, helps my channel grow, and, you know, to show your genuine interest for those who, you know what I'm saying, who genuinely come through, you know what I mean, and want to show that type of love, right? So let me make mention of that. So anyway, so the first video I did with the Mike Tyson push-ups, so after I did the video and I looked at it, I'm like, yo, I'm doing these, yo, I did them wrong. And not wrong, see, they were still clean, and I don't take nothing away because I really got a good workout in. But this is the point I'm making, right? So I asked the chat, I'm like, yo, am I doing them right? You feel what I'm saying? And the people who gave me feedback, they said, yeah, those are good Mike Tyson push-ups. Now, again, that particular variation of what I did is not the standard, or the, you know what I'm saying, the way in which the demonstration is done, either by Mike Tyson or many of those who have videos with the Mike Tyson push-up, you see? So I'm saying this to say this, right? So then it made me think, like, damn, it, you know, did I fall in the lines of being trolled and actually didn't realize it at the time? And that may have been, right? And that's cool. You see what I'm saying? And so what I'm saying is, like, I just had to laugh about it. I'm very humorous, right? So I was doing them incorrectly. Still kept the video up. The video was still up. I still got a phenomenal workout. But so like I just mentioned the other day, what, maybe the day before yesterday, like I said, somebody actually mentioned somebody else in the chat was trolling me. So again, you know what I'm saying? Trolling on the internet is one thing, and then trolling in real life is another, to where somebody could really have, you know what I'm saying, a consequence that leads from that trolling, right? Because you have, again, like I said, it could be at somebody's workplace, it could be within your own family, right? Because trolling, all right, think about it again. So you have people in relationships that get trolled by their spouses every single day. Belittlement, negative criticism, being ignored. I'm just saying, so trolling comes in so many different forms. So how does one deal with trolling? Right? Because you're dealing with it on the internet, you're dealing with it every waking day with people you don't even know, people you know, right? You have people that are so-called friends, and if that person doesn't give you feedback, if a friend doesn't, let's just say a friend doesn't give you, let's say a friend gives you false feedback on a situation that you really need to hear the truth, pardon me, y'all, I got a message. So what if a friend, again, gives you some false feedback on a situation that you really need to hear the truth, and they're not real with you, and you believe because this person is close to you that the feedback they're giving you may help you, but it may not help you. You see what I'm saying? So would that be considered trolling, right? And again, I'm gonna, within this dialogue, I'm gonna give examples, or I'm gonna bring up examples of how one could be trolled. You know, so again, I'm gonna keep it on the eye too. If you look at, I'm gonna keep it real, right? On my videos, right? I make so many errors. Like when I make certain points, I know I'm not the best. I'm not the most articulate. You see what I'm saying? In terms of my delivery and points that I even make and stuff like that. One thing I can say about me though, you know, I can go back, I could observe and look and see the points in where I need improvement with self. And I think, not that I think, and I know that that's a quality that, you know, so many of us should exercise, you know, because when we're talking about fitness and exercise, again, the mental is so important, right? So what I'm saying is, again, my videos, yo, if you look, yo, it's so much criticism that even my content, I'm quite sure, receives, even without somebody actually making a post. I mean, without somebody actually making a comment on my content. You see what I'm saying? And even if they did, I mean, it is what it is. Because what about people's negative opinions who you around each and every day, who really don't like you and never say nothing, and or who never gives you insight, or you don't have any inclination that this is what their true feelings are towards you? Is that silently trolling you? You know what I mean? Again, it goes back to even the people that you feel are close to you. So people who have, let's just say, you're behaving in a way, or you're saying something where you're really making yourself look bad, right? You really putting yourself in a light of where it ain't a good look, right? You compromising your character, right? In terms of how you behaving, and the people that you consider close to you encourage that, to where you go further and dig a deeper hole for yourself to look worse and worse, or to create more issues or enemies because of you offending those around you, or so on and so forth. But again, you feel empowered because you have people around you that you think are laughing with you, but they're laughing at you. You see what I'm saying? Yo, shout out. Yo, King Coop, what's good? Yo, shout out to everybody in the chat. We're going to have some dialogue. We're going to have some, you know what we're going to have today? We're going to have some mental exercise. So you're absolutely right. All these trolls and hearts think they are safe behind a keyboard, but they wouldn't say half of what they say to your face. Either way, they make themselves look bad. Facts. Yeah, that's the fact. You know, so do I got something to drink, y'all? Anyway, I ain't got nothing to drink. So anyway, I ain't come prepared. It's all right though. I just came and got right to it, because that's how I felt. Or that's what I wanted to talk about. I don't feel no type of way. I feel excellent. Be honest with you, my day, my energy was off. Hey, at Old Dog, how's it going? Yo, Old Dog, what up? Peace, peace. Salute to the chat, y'all. Yeah, so yeah, like I was saying, again, I'm gonna go into a few examples of what trolling is, right? So when we talk about trolling, you for you could get trolled by your boss at work. You know what I'm saying? Micro analyzing everything you do. You know, constantly pointing out your flaws or your shortcomings on the job and never give you recognition for the times that you do the right thing, that you're being productive, that you went the extra mile, right? That's trolling. Trolling come in the form of like people just out, not even in the, you have people that troll and that's just that their character is of a troll. Right? I mean, yeah, you have people that come online and deliberately, seek out to, bring somebody down and make a comment, provoke the chat and do these things that are gonna bring about negative vibes to something that's clearly positive, right? But you got people again who troll in real life. You got people who troll. Okay, you can go to the supermarket, right, and minding your business, and a person like again the other day I had a situation. The guy, gets right in my way, no consideration, no form of being mindful that I'm standing there. So is he trolling me, right? So that may not be his intentions per se, but he is moving in a way that you're causing conflict or potentially causing conflict because you're being rude, you're being inconsiderate, and that puts me in a space of I'm receiving negative energy. But of course, how I respond to it makes all the difference. Whether it's on the internet, whether it's in real life, a so-called troll is everywhere. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you need the energy from the trolls to show you to show you who you convert and obvious enemies are. That's an absolute fact, Jay. And we're gonna get to that too. Again, how we receive, cope, how we cope, how we receive, how we respond, and all those different things to what a troll is. Yeah, and we need trolls, right? That's a good point that you made, Jay. We need trolls to reveal who people are. So that's a good thing, right? We need trolls to put us on point in terms of when we encounter such individuals, whether it's up close or from afar or within our own circle. Okay, this is what it is. This is who you are. You got that troll energy. I need to now make a decision, or I need to now get rid of you, or I need to now address that in which is the best way to do so. Whether ignore you, whether directly have a conversation, whether I just now know to going forward totally avoid this type of individual so that I could protect myself from now compromising my freedom, from now getting myself to a point of where I'm out of character, right? So then you maybe have a so-called best friend that's a troll, right? Where you share, or they know, a great deal of personal, things that go on in your personal life, And then soon as a situation go wrong, it's used against you. So you have, so again, we talk about a troll could be a troll before, so you won't know until that troll comes out. You know what I'm saying? So again, it's so many different forms of what, so trolling, this goes beyond the internet, as I mentioned. This is real life. The internet is real life. You know, they you know that term, sticks and stones may break my bones. Yeah, absolutely. Right? I remember that growing up, sticks and stones may break my bones. But at the same time, right? Words have an effect on people. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when we talking about mental health or somebody mental, mental health, you know, sticks and stones may break my bones. That saying, it's you know, listen, it's not that simple. It don't that term, it's not that simple. Words affect people. So that, what I'm saying is that we can't ignore that either. Words affect people. You see what I'm saying? If you say something disrespectful to an individual, that could easily lead to a physical altercation. Period. Because it's not. Yes, one can ignore it, but if you, again, you know, it's still a choice, or it's still a reality that you're gonna get a response. You're gonna get a response. People have feelings. People feel offended. People, so again, so we're gonna also highlight the importance of why. You see what I'm saying? It's important. We're gonna highlight why it's important, that it's necessary to respect other people. So if you, and I, you know, I don't want to lose, I don't want to be all over the place, but I'm just, again, I'm tapping on different points of the topic at hand. So, you know, even me right now on this live, it consists of me staying on course in terms of the points that I'm making, and staying on subject. This it's not easy. Words are powerful. Words begin and end because of words. Words are powerful. Words begin and end because of words. Right. Words are powerful. What we tell ourselves. Oh, and I'm glad you said that though, yo, Jay. You know what? And this is what I wanted to say too. Again, I'm touching on different points of the topic, right? I've been trolling myself for many years. For many years. And when I'm saying trolling myself, doubting myself, allowing what other people to say that affected me, right? So with all that, I know for sure, for me, I've trolled myself, speaking negatively about myself, you know, all these different things that I struggle with on it, or I have struggled with on the inside. I'm just keeping it a stat. However, that strong side of me, you see, that better part of me, and from the things that I experienced that also contributed to me turning on myself. Again, when we talking about trolls, as you mentioned, Jay, you said we need to be amongst or to experience what a troll actually is so that we could know what and who we're dealing with. So for a person like me, gave me so it gave me the insight of what helped me be able to become more tapped into, again, that stronger part of me. So that's why to this day I exude a great amount of strength, inner strength. You know what I'm saying? Inner strength. Inner strength, and I'm sure myself, I can accept even my flaws and shortcomings to this day, and to be able to seek solution in what I need to do in order to bring myself back into a space of feeling my best. Again, victorious, being victorious within myself. But again, that doesn't take away the fact that I have to deal with so-called trolls. And with that being said also, right, you have strong people or some of the so-called strongest people who deal with trolls, meaning that because somebody's strong, because somebody, and when I say strong, you have individuals where it's an obvious fact that this person has the ability to physically harm another. That so because you're strong doesn't mean that somebody is going to not provoke you. Strong people get provoked every single day. People want to see those who are so-called or who are strong. They want to see them in a weak state, because it makes those who aren't feeling so strong within themselves feel better, because it confirms that, oh, okay, they're not who they don't want to have to deal with, if you will. You know, so I wanted to, you know, check in with this topic real quick. And again, I wanted to go back to that, right? So like I said, you know, I said, wow, yeah, I did the Mike Tyson push-ups wrong that day. And again, I got a great workout in. But people get, again, you know, that the so-called trolling, I think that it got more of an effect, impact in real life. You know what I'm saying? You got elders that get trolled in real life. Trolled meaning people come with a smile and they, you know, and troll elderly people into Ponzi schemes. You know, these things happen. You get people that what you call those people, scammers who call the phone and call people's phones and imitate themselves as troubleshooters for people's homes in terms of electricity and gas or whatever it is that they're trying to prey on people with. It's trolling. You know what I'm saying? It's trolling, but it's trolling with an agenda, is what I'm saying too. You know what I'm saying? It's trolling with an agenda too. You know, so you know, again, trolling in real life, it really has a big impact on people livelihoods and people's existence, like overall. You know what I'm saying? let's just be honest. You know, there's been trolling for people preying on others and for sexual favors. That happens too. And trolling meaning again to blackmail people, to hold some, yeah, blackmail people, to blackball people. I mean, it goes on in certain fields where people feel like if they don't do a certain thing, that the opportunity will never be achieved. Or so, you know, again, people take trolling to where they actually are taking advantage of people, you know, in those ways of such as well. You know, it's very real out here. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's about how an individual, what your makeup is, right? And if you're an individual where you truly have genuine people in your life to where you can get support, where you can get real feedback, where you can get real constructive criticism, you know, allow that to be a way of which could strengthen you. You know what I'm saying? Because when we talking about, so when I'm talking about trolling, I know for me, right? And a lot of this I'm keeping on the eye too, don't get me wrong. Because anyway, so a lot of points in my life where I was up against what I thought or what I felt or what even might have been some, you know, a situation or a person where you know, I felt vulnerable. Okay, so it helped in terms of the people who gave me advice or who encouraged me to face the music, right? Who gave me a different perception. So just as much, so I guess what I'm saying is just as much as people, you know, deal with trolling in real life, more so than the internet, is there's always the yin and the yin and the yang to life, right? But then you have the individuals, even those that you don't even know, who will assist you, right? And that's what it is. People, you do have individuals that will assist you to where you can get back into a position of being your best, to be able to again face the music, right? To walk through the fire, to stand your ground, you know, to show up. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when I initially started this live, this ain't scripted. You know, what I'm saying, it's not scripted. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure it's obvious, you know. But that topic did come to mind today, and in life we all gonna have to deal with constructive criticism. We all gonna deal with negative criticism. We all gonna deal with enemies, you know, and we're gonna deal with backlash. You know, we're going to deal with adversity, you know, and most of the time it's by way of other human beings. People troll those who are more financially at a disadvantage. A lot of trolling comes with that too, right? Because when you're financially at a disadvantage, those who are more financially in a better financial position control you into having to rely on them to a degree, whatever that may call for. People troll people in a way to where they want to keep them in a place of where they can constantly feel on top, you know? And that happens all day, every day. Again, you got people who live in a household, their own spouse, troll them every single day. You got sibling rivalry. They troll each other every day, hold things against them. So I just, again, I wanted to speak on that. You know, it's a real thing out here in the internet itself. It's all over the place. Even the news trolls people, you know, with their opinions. The news itself trolls the world, you know, with certain narratives, and you know, people are trolled by their own ways of upbringing, you know, to think a certain way, you know. So I don't think trolling, I don't think trolling is just a form of somebody getting on the keyboard and typing some words. Yeah, you got that, because you got people, I mean, in real life, man, who never speak their true opinions and stuff like that out of fear, or, you know, being a coward and knowing that they'll get a certain response from those who they are in the presence of. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, you know, I'm making mention of different points of which where you know, the so-called trolling stems from in this experience of life, dealing with the human existence of us all. The however many billion people in this world, you know, it's trolling in fitness. You know what I'm saying? It's trolling with that. It's trolling with, you know, who doing what exercise correctly, who doesn't do it. Me personally, like I said, it's so much criticism. I know that I can only imagine what I've received on what I've demonstrated, content I've made, and it is what it is, because I'm good with myself. I got knowledge of self. When I say knowledge of self, I'm not just referring to, you know, a certain religion, or, you know, a certain nation, or things of that nature. I'm talking about knowledge of self in terms of being honest with me first. Whether it's feeling my best, not feeling my best, shortcomings and all my imperfections overall. You know what I'm saying? And so what matters the most is, as an individual, am I good with me? Do I seek solution? Do I have what it takes each and every waking day to take another step forward into the best outcome for me and my family. And that's what really means the most. You know, is again having knowledge of self. Being able for me to be able to identify with what can I utilize to bring about a different reality than the one that I'm currently in. And what I mean by that, the time that I spend to bring about the improvement, becoming more educated. You know what I'm saying? Becoming more educated, learning something new, meeting new people, all that, right? Because so when we so I'm mentioning that to say this. We all know the world, yeah, is so negative. It can be so negative, but that can't be a permanent discouragement to anyone to feel as if there's no way out. And that's what happens too to a great deal of people, you know, who lose hope, you know? And age don't, you know, it don't even matter too. Like age, it don't even matter because you know, younger or older, you know, a person who is empty on the inside, age, you know, listen, it just don't matter because you still a human being dealing with an energy that is gonna bring or it's gonna have you in the worst of experience. Pardon me, y'all. I'm just making sure I ain't got nothing to drink. I should have had something to drink. Matter of fact, my son, hold on, y'all. I do. My son, he left his water in here, y'all. My mouth was dry. Shout out to my son. He left me that water. But yeah, you know, trolling come in so many different forms, y'all, in real life. So I just think like the internet is like, see, the thing about the internet, you could turn that off. You could turn your phone off. You could turn your computer off. But in real life, when you leave your home, you got to deal with the world. We got to deal with the world. I got to deal with the world. You know, again, strong, weak. We all got to face the challenges of the test of time each and every day. So for me, what's written on the keyboard and the real life experiences, listen, I could brush that off all day with that internet. A lot of people can't though. A lot of people got or haven't arrived to a place again where you got knowledge yourself. When you can admit to yourself. When you can look in the mirror, you know? When you can identify with your triggers. You know what I'm saying? One of the things yo, let me tell you something, right? I'm gonna be honest with you. This is one of the things that helped me. We talk about discipline. And this is what I mean by it goes beyond fitness, right? Let me keep it a stat. I ain't watched porn in like 4 years, y'all. That was the thing that caused disruption in my life at one point. And here it is, I'm on live on YouTube. I'd have never thought I'd be on YouTube, on social media. I swear I tell you, word. But the reason why I had to mention that, because if I'm talking about identify and pointing out things about oneself, I chose to mention that today. And I feel great without doing so. And when I say without doing so, without taking part in that world of watching porn. And I don't knock nobody who watch it or nothing. And I'm not going to get into a whole thing about this subject, but it's for real, y'all. I was trolling myself. And see, the thing is, too, and when I think about the word, or when I learned about trolling is, I had to be honest with me, and I've been trolling myself. I trolled myself into prison. Because the thing is, I trolled myself into a decision, or I trolled myself to be loyal and I felt for good reason at that time. And it helped me because by way of consequence, it really gave me the chance to take a further look, a deeper look into what I needed to change, you dig? So I wanted to mention that. So I don't know if that's a good example because I could be going outside, and the thing is too, I could kind of be going outside of the definition of what a troll means. But then when we're talking about trolling or somebody else trolling, I'm big on self-accountability. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm not the one to get on the platform and the troll, because I was a troll one time in real life. You know what I'm saying? I said a lot of hurtful things to people, you see? I violated a lot of people. I was violated, in regards to violence, saying hurtful things, all that, taking advantage of people, right? Preying on the weak. You know what I'm saying? Bullying people. I was bullied. I'm just saying, that whole cycle of life, dealing with trauma and all this, all this type of things, So I just say that to say, also, I appreciate the fact that I'm the type of individual where I made a turnaround, and I have a mindset to where I can identify and know where I need to check myself into and where I need correction. You see what I'm saying? So I've been trolling myself for many different years. You know what I'm saying? I seen trolling. I mean, think about it. I mean, even growing up as a kid, I remember, we used to call it snapping on each other and all that. I mean, but we was talking about real life thing. We trolling, you know what I mean? Yo, your mom's is a crackhead. Or, you can't afford this, you can't, so trolling has always been around. So, trolling still impacts people again when we talking about trauma or people personalities, people characteristics to this day. people who got chips on their shoulders, people who got vendettas, people who become treacherous, right? Serial killers, you know, people who never felt the love and affection from a parent. You got parents that troll their kids, favoritism. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's real. You know, this, you know, so when we talk about trolling, I just think that it goes beyond, again, like I said, the internet and what just that definition. Trolling revolved, it's many components of many different things that create a troll and what trolling behavior consists of. You know what I'm saying? You know, people in jail getting trolled every day. You know, that's another thing. People getting trolled in there, and especially the weak. If you're not strong, you're gonna get trolled in jail. It's nothing but time for you know, people to use other people as an outlet to make the time pass. You know, so again, trolls come in. You know, people. Trolls. It don't. It's like a wolf in sheep clothing. You know what I'm saying? So that term troll, man, is, you know, it's dealing with real life. You know, situations of human beings dealing with other human beings. You know what I mean? But yeah, you got parents that troll kids every day. You got who troll kids against other kids. It happens. He better than you, she better. Why can't you do this like him, or why can't you do this like her? You always do this, that, and the third. You know? That's trolling as well. You know? You got people that troll with victimhood. You know, people trolling to gain other people's sympathy. You know, I'm just saying. So if you agree, if you don't agree, you know, let me know. You know, but the whole trolling thing, I may be too far-fetched with my examples of what a troll or what trolling consists of, but it's just something to think about, you know? That's all. You know what I mean? But then again, let's go on, you know, the other side of how trolling could bring about the betterment in one's life. You deal with people better. You know, and what I mean by that is one could learn how to appreciate somebody who is a genuine person. So it's again the yin and the yang. So, you know, for those who have dealt with so-called trolling in more of a negative aspect, again, there's a lot of positive that can come from it as well. Because for me, I'm gonna keep it on the eye. One thing that I could say about my experience in life is that as much that I could place blame on in terms of what was done to me, there's so many examples that I could share with you in terms of the people that supported me, who uplifted me, who given me strength, who helped me identify with the better qualities within myself. And I don't want to leave that out either, because this ain't, what I'm saying today is not just about negative, you know, because people are sacrificing and risking their lives for the world to be a better place each and every day. So I just wanted to make mention of that as well, as far as how easily it could be, how easily we could look at the world in such a negative way because of the bombardment of what the so-called trolling and all the negative events that happen that are more popular in the algorithm of the internet, you know? So again, this isn't scripted. This is just me, just thinking about the long list, the endless amounts of examples that we have to deal with in life that will either make us or break us. I agree that trolling can be for the betterment, because if you survive the trolling and turn the negative into plus, then you show your true power and control the narrative. Absolutely, Jay. And that's the point that I'm bringing home too, fam, is that exactly what you just said. You know, we need resistance, because, and again, to your point, Jay, is that without us without us experiencing resistance, without experiencing the very things that could bring us harm, not just physically, or what we need to experience in order for us to be able to, we have to see what we're made of. We have to know what we're made of. That's the point that's what I'm responding to you with, Jay, is that, yeah, in terms of the point you just made, which was very good, is that we still need to know what we're made of. Word. We definitely have to see what we're made of in life. And I'm gonna say this too, though, y'all. And see, I'm a big believer in only the strong survive, and I'm speaking to myself. So when I feel like, when I'm not feeling my strongest and all that, so, and I'm gonna bring this up too on another live though, but it's been many moments, even when I felt weak, it's when I was my strongest. You see what I'm saying? So Jay, that also pertains to the point that you just made too, because we have to know what we made of. We have to know what we made of and the things that we overcome. So for example, and this is the point I was making before, right? Is that, and this is what I appreciate about myself, the things that I've gone through, right, that could have, or at one point brought the worst out of me, I now turn that around and I lightened up the load within which I was carrying as far as the negative energy. What I mean by that is, I don't got, you know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily got a chip on my shoulder now. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? I still got to work through, familiar or characteristics about myself that are still present in terms of, at certain points, what I want to act on, right? So when I was like I said, when I was in the grocery store the other day, and the dude, I really want, you know what I mean? A part of me is like, damn, I just want to hook off. But of course, I ain't going to do that because, listen, you don't know, situation could just turn out for the worst, right? But anyway, so what I'm saying is, what I appreciate is that I don't have a chip on my shoulder toward life. Like, I don't see, now don't get me wrong. I don't trust. I got issues with trust. Like, you know what I mean? But I don't see it as like everybody is out to get me and whatever the case may be. You see what I'm saying? So again, this is what I'm talking about, being centered in that inner peace on the inside. So when we talking about a troll, we still are responsible and accountable. We still are responsible. Have to take self accountability on how we respond, how we react, same thing, how we cope for the betterment of what we have to carry on the inside in terms of what we need to do in order, in terms of what we have to again become centered in that better frequency, that better space of the energy that is gonna drain us, that's gonna take our so-called peace. And it ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? It ain't easy. So it's just life. You know what I mean? But I wanted to, I just wanted to speak on it. It's just life, This very social media, YouTube that I'm on, this for me, like, it's a mirror. I troll myself, right? When I look at my videos, right? Again, because a lot of what I'm saying, I bring it back on the eye, right? I troll myself. I see the content, certain things I post. I used to take certain videos down. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. If I felt that, I stopped doing that though. I stopped doing that. I'm like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I could always create content with a new me, meaning, I could come back new and improved anytime that I choose, in terms of what I've done each and every day to bring about a better, form of content or what have you. I'm using that as an example though. You know what I'm saying? So when we talking about trolling, trolled myself many a times, y'all. You know what I mean? So whether it's yourself or anybody from the outside, you're gonna have to deal with it. But I just think that in real life, people is dealing with trolling in real life every day. People is trolling people again to take advantage of people financially. You know what I'm saying? If somebody's hustling you to spend some money, I'm not, yeah. You being trolled, and somebody's gonna, benefit from it. So we dealing with trolling every single day in real life. And I just don't want to get off topic of that. You know what I'm saying? For real. We dealing with trolling in real life. I be on YouTube like anybody else. And I see the comments and people's posts and stuff like that, like anybody else. And you see the negativity. But then you see the individuals with channels, or who are still getting the support from the people that appreciate and who could really benefit from such great content, So even with the internet, y'all, I just want to say this: we got a choice. You know what I'm saying? We got a choice what we pay attention to. It's a lot of great information out there. It's a lot of, I met people in person and I made money I made money off the internet. I still make money off the internet. It's a beautiful, it's a beautiful time. I wanna mention that too. I'm 40 plus, y'all. And what I appreciate about the internet is that I grew up in a time where the internet never even existed. And so for me to be alive to this very day and to be able to connect with people that I don't, most of y'all, I don't know, most of y'all, I don't even know y'all. And, but you get familiar, right, with the consistency of us engaging by way of the internet. It makes the world smaller. You get to get a greater insight. A lot of us, we don't, we're not able to, go travel the world as much as others and stuff, but we can get on these platforms and see what life is about in other cultures. And, so this video, this post, what I'm doing today is not just about the negativity of trolling. But what I'm saying is this, though. We got a choice. And, what we choose to seek on this internet, it will and it can have a great impact, a positive impact on your life. And it has for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it a stat. Sometimes we don't have a lot of, sometimes you may feel, or let me keep it on the eye, I may feel like I can't talk to somebody at that moment. And all I got to do, you know what? I may scroll real quick through YouTube or whatever, or Instagram, and I may catch a post or somebody just said some inspiring words, and that was just enough. Just that was enough to help turn my day around. You know what I'm saying? So we could benefit a great deal from the internet too. You know what I mean? I don't want to leave that out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the whole trolling thing, that's going on in real life. People are getting trolled in their own households. People are getting trolled by ex-boyfriends, ex-girlfriends in real life, exposing people, and that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? But again, trolling go, at least how I see it, trolling go way beyond a keyboard. Trolling goes on behind people back. People are trolling people behind their back. People gonna talk about you. People are gonna have conversations with people that you don't even know about. So again, it goes beyond the internet. But the internet, see, this is the thing about it though, is that the trolling that takes place in real life is posted on the internet, is shown on the internet. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I mean by trolling goes beyond the internet, because anything that's taking place in the real world is being displayed on camera. Anything going on in real life is being displayed on camera. This is a real thing. So again, it goes beyond the keyboard. It goes beyond keyboard warrior and stuff. At the end of the day, people, you either a coward or you not. In real life, you got The same people that so-called trolling, they got to deal with trolling themselves. You know what I'm saying? They take one to know one. You know? That's saying what they say, hurt people and all that. I know for me, again, at the end of the day, I deal with knowledge itself. And it's an everyday working on that. Identifying why it is I'm thinking the way I'm thinking today, or, you know, giving myself a pat on the back because I'm dealing with a situation that I know that I dealt with in a much better way than I did many years ago. You see? So yeah, trolling goes beyond the internet, y'all. You know, trolling is a reality that's gonna be around forever. And it's either gonna make you or break you. Cause it ain't just somebody saying words. You know what I mean? It's about taking something from somebody in terms of making someone feel less than in all these different ways people try to make themselves feel better. That's just one aspect, but it's deeper than that. Or it go deeper than that. I said a lot today though. I said a lot. I probably could have said more in regards to, you know, the whole trolling thing, but it's just a human daily interaction with us as people. I don't care who you are. I don't care what walks of life. I don't care what your race is. No, none of that. We all gotta deal with what's going on each and every waking day. Now, some of us you know, don't get me wrong, you know, some of us got more of a comfort, more of a foundation than others. You know, that happens too, but, you know, again, and that's a whole nother conversation, that right there. But again, I'm staying on the trolling topic. And again, you got the yin and the yang. You got the negative and the positive, and the trolls, just like Jay said earlier, they need it to reveal who people are. You know? So, again, I'm going to keep it on the eye. You know, I can't have a conversation like these and not keep it on the eye. I trolled myself. You know what I'm saying? I trolled myself by certain decisions I made that I knew wasn't good for me. You see? I trolled myself. I got my injury, my injury, and what led up to that, I made a decision, and that decision was this. At one point, I was on parole, right? And I used to love to smoke weed. And I was on parole, and I came across K2. They call it the Deuce. And you know, how this pertain to trolling, I'm gonna tell you how. Because I was smoking K2, I got into an argument with my spouse at the time, right? So I became enraged right, throughout the altercation. And what happened was I punched through the china cabinet, the glass china cabinet. And the glass china cabinet came down on my hand, on my arm, like a guillotine. I was so enraged and so unother than myself. When I punched through the china glass, I pulled back my arm. I didn't realize that the china glass was stuck in my hand. It came down, so when I punched through the glass, it came down and it got stuck in my arm like a guillotine. And I pulled it out. Yo, I ain't even know it was stuck in my arm, and when I pulled it out, my arm was open, wide. It was like my arm was like almost cut in half. What this got to do with trolling? Because I wasn't in my right state of mind, y'all. You feel me? And when you're not in your right state of mind, whether you trying to offend somebody else or whether you are partaking in the things that are gonna bring the worst out of you. You see what I'm saying? You will do things that where you will crash out, or you will get a consequence that will either permanently or for a long term have an impact on you, you heard? So again, when we talking about trolling, you control yourself. You control yourself into making decisions that will impact your life forever. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, I just wanted, I wanted to have some dialogue today around that. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, my hairline crazy. Yo, let me tell you something, fam. That's a fact. Yo, Theodore, I see you. Yeah, my hairline crazy. Hey, yo, you know what, too? In this side right here, my G, yo, you know what happened? Let me tell you what happened. I'm glad you said that. Yo, Theodore, I'm glad you said my hairline crazy. First of all, I'm 40 plus, right? We got a troll in the building right now. You get me amped. First of all, I got most of my hair. Word up. And go look at my earlier videos too, Theodore. I just cut my braids, you heard? My braids is looking official. So, yeah, let me tell you something. I'm glad you mentioned that. So, yeah, so my hairline, y'all, like one part is backed up. Let me tell you something. This is what happened to me, y'all. I was 16. So, I was 16 in my neighborhood, right? So, now, I ain't from the Bronx. I'm from New York, though. I ain't from the Bronx. Shout out to the Bronx, though. Word. Shout out to the Bronx. Shout out to the boroughs. Word. Let me tell you, right? Hold on. Let me charge my phone. I'm glad you asked that there, dog. We're going to get into that. I'm glad you mentioned my hairline. I ain't tripping off of that. I'm glad you mentioned that. Let me charge my phone. I got a little time, y'all. Yo, Theodore, you can hear me? I'm glad you said that. My hairline crazy. Yo, that's ill. And I'm 40 plus, you heard? But I got all my hair, you heard? You can hear me, Theodore? Let me know if you can hear me. Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, Theodore said my hairline crazy. Yeah, that's a fact. Right? It may be. But anyway, but my hairline situation, y'all, right? You can hear me? Give me a thumbs up emoji. Just give a thumbs up emoji if you can hear me, Theodore. I just want to make sure you hear me. I'm gonna tell you what the hairline situation about. I want everybody to know. So anyway, yeah, so the hairline crazy, right? So yeah, so anyway, so when I was 16 years old, I had a family member or somebody who I considered family. She was a female, right? Somebody who I considered family was a female, right? And who I consider her family. She's still family, we just not in contact. Don't have no problems with her, no nothing, you know what I'm saying? But that's my fam, like, and that's just how I am. I'm a loyal person. Anyway, let me get right to it though, right? Cause he said my hairline was crazy, right? I ain't tripping off of that, cause I know I'm a handsome individual. Like, don't, I can get cocky too and all that. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, come on, stop it. But anyway, nonetheless though, right? So she gets into an altercation with a group of females, her and her friend. And they were outnumbered. So we was at school, at high school. I was in high school at the time. And they start jumping my cousin. And it was like probably like 8 girls or whatever. So anyway, me always jumping out the window and getting involved in some type of dispute. I jump into it and I hit a female, right? Which I shouldn't have done. But I was, my mindset was like, they jumping up, female or not, that's family, that whole mindset or whatever. But what happened was the female that I hit, her boyfriend at the time, he happened to be a part of this, back then we called it a posse, but he was a part of a large, it wasn't a gang, but you know what I'm saying? He came from a large, popular group in my neighborhood. So her boyfriend, you know what I'm saying? He held a lot of weight, if you will. So I jumped in the fight or whatever the case may be. And that just brought me a world of hell, right? So what happened was, anyway, so I jumped in the fight, hit the girl or whatever. Now I got a ton of consequence, you feel me? So to speed it up, bring it up to, you know what I mean? So eventually, I ran into her boyfriend and he approached me. He was walking with like 2 other dudes. I was walking with two other dudes I was with at the time. He approached me and he was like, yo, addressing the situation about me hitting this girl. Now I got jumped. Now let me say this though, I got jumped 2 other times. See, again, this female that I hit, she was well protected. And I had to go up against like a whole side of my neighborhood for the dolo. I ain't got no brothers, no sisters on my mother's side. I have nobody to run to. I had to deal with this on my own. So let me get to the point, right? Let's talk about it, right? I hit a female. Now I got to deal with the consequence, right? So her boyfriend approached me. We had words. And he basically, I told him, I don't want no problems. That's what I told him. So he said to me, he was like, yo, you pussy like that? You pussy like that? This is what he's saying to me. I walk away, tried to walk away. He punches me in the back of the head. I said, all right. I'm about to tell you what it got to do with my hairline, bro. That's what I'm telling you. Hold on, let me tell you. So I'm getting to it, right? Let me speed it up. So anyway, right, I know I'm saying a lot, but stay in tune, stay locked in. So I run into her boyfriend. He approached me, and I tried to avoid the situation. He punched me in the back of the head. So now I'm like, all right, let's get it. So we start fighting. Now he a little older than me at the time. Like I said, I was 16. So we start squaring off. I two-piece him. I catch him. Bing, bing. Then at that point, I realized he's not a threat the way I thought he was. So I start getting the best of him. I grab him, and I got him in the chokehold. He had two other dudes walking with him again. Speeded up the process, fam. I had him on the ground. He was saying, get off of me. Again, I didn't want no problem. I still didn't want no problems. I faced the situation as a man. We got it on. I got the best of him. Again, victorious. But what happened was when I let him go, the two dudes he was walking with at the time, who was in their mid-20s, I was 16, they beat the brakes off of me, you heard? They beat me down. They ain't knocked me out, they beat me down. So what happened was how my hairline got like this, you hear me? The effects of that beat down that I received, my head had blew up like 3 times the size it is now. I had to go see a neurosurgeon. My head was filled with liquid. Whatever liquid was in my head, the swell in my head. So when they was pounding me out, again, they never knocked me out. They was pounding me out, catching me with clean shots. Boom, 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 pounding me out. I had to go see a neurosurgeon like a few weeks. My head swelled up, sort of like that dude from The Mask. I don't know if y'all familiar with that movie with Cher. I didn't look like the Elephant Man or nothing, but my head got so big. So anyway, so now when my head came back to size, like to its normal size, my hairline was pushed back because my head stretched. So my hairline never came. So this side right here, I think it's this side right here, but yeah, but anyway, so whatever. Yeah, so it stretched. It stretched my hairline, you heard? Real talk. You know what I mean? But, and it never gave me issues with getting women, no, none of that. Like I said, I still could be cocky. You know, and so yeah, my hairline, yeah, that's what I earned this hairline. I earned that. I was in war. I was in battle. And I still was coming outside and all that. Still had to face the music. So anybody who just heard this story, know and understand you gotta show up. So that was a situation. Hey yo, Where's Seep? Yo, what's up, Where's Seep? Y'all appreciate you. Word up. I appreciate you, Where's Seep. This is a dope live. It's just real life, Where's Seep. Again, you know, Where's Seep, like I always say, you know, fitness for me goes beyond the working out. Fitness just happens to be a way in which just helps me tremendously of how to deal with life, a healthy way of, you know, keeping myself in a positive space within. You know, fitness is a go-to as a productive way to, you know, deal with things that try to get the best of me, you know? Been here for a while listening, bro. You doing well with keeping that topic together. Yo, Where's Seep? I appreciate that feedback, you know, because like I mentioned, this ain't scripted. And I know that it's not easy for me to, you know, it's so when I say it, all right, so what I'm saying, it's not easy in a sense of, so I got so much going on in my mind as I do this live. You feel me? This is what I'm saying. I got so much going on in my. I have to keep the balance of staying the course with the subject and things of that nature. So, yeah, no doubt. But I'm enjoying it though. But I'm enjoying it. How many muscle ups you could do in a row? At this time, I'm unable to do a muscle up per se. I look forward to doing as many muscle ups I can in the future though. You know, with the crazy hairline and all. I troll myself and others every day. It's a constant battle. Yeah, that's a fact. Hey yo, where's Seep? Let me tell you something, man. I troll people too to this day because I have judgments and stuff. And what I'm saying, not that I'm better than anybody else, but you know, I'm human. You know, and see, the thing about it is though, I don't go out my way to try to deliberately. Of course, I'm a grown man. That's weak. That's weak if I did that. It's we all. You know what I'm saying? We all of us have something that we could say about somebody else that could be offensive. You know what I'm saying? So, but a lot of times I catch myself in terms of me trolling somebody else. You know, yeah, I got some thoughts and opinions and stuff like that. But then again, you know, in those certain thoughts, again, then I check myself though. I'm constantly checking myself too. Like, yo, all right, and then I'm looking at my imperfections, and it's like, okay, so what does that mean? And in regards to me checking myself, what does that mean in terms of what I'm thinking about that next person? Don't get me wrong. If I'm like anybody else, you know, when it comes to conflict, I will, it ain't no trolling. It's more so my intentions is to destroy that opposition, but I'm not looking, what I'm saying, life, it got so much more to, it's so much more to life let's get this money. You know what I mean, word. Like let's get this money. And that's not everything, but what I'm saying is in terms of me trolling somebody else, it's so much more. Again, I've learned that I could do so much more with my energy and get so much more out of life than for me to be trolling anybody. I'm trying to do better and expect more from myself and others as well. But you know what though, where see, like, the thing is that I expect more from myself. I can't control other people. And that's the thing about life. We can't control other people. Again, like for me, I know that I have to, every day, it's so much that I need to pour into myself to make a better situation, to become a better individual for my own good. And if I could connect with other people and we could relate and that's all good. You feel me? That's the beautiful thing about social media. That's what I was saying early in this live, is that I get a lot of great benefits from the internet too, in that aspect of people who do make positive content. You know what I'm saying? It helps me out a great deal. Like I said, so I think that it's more about self-accountability though, where see, really, we can't control other people, not even our children. We raise our children, and we want them to be able to take those morals, principles, and allow the foundation to make them the best them. But even with our children, it's not guaranteed that we can't control them, you know. I mean, I'm just saying it's just that real. But again, you know, with knowledge itself, that's my go-to in terms of, you know, exercising inner strength with self-control, my perception, how I cope, my mental health, you know. So you know that's what I know that I you know can control. You feel me? Word. What's a problem I'm working through? Word. That's a problem I'm working through currently. You know. So we all, but it ain't just you though. Where see, we all have many similarities that we deal with. It's you know, we all just deal with things differently. You know. Also, we can't be too hard on ourselves either. You know what I mean? Let me just say, yeah, he said, Theodore said, word, King, you a good dude, I could tell. You know, I mean, I am, you know, I agree with you. I agree with you, you know. I agree with you, but I also, it's a choice. You know what I'm saying? It's a choice that I make to be a good person. Because again, it's times where my thinking, like, is is not at its best in certain regards, and I still have to work on that because of so the thing is, what I'm saying is, so when you used to be in a certain way for so many years, you know what I'm saying? So I come from a background, and let me just say this though, like, even though I got family that love and care about me, I can't deny that. But along with my own issues and the life that I chose at one point and that I was involved with, immersed in deeply, it's a lot of undoing in terms of the person that I became as I develop into the person I am today. So yeah, I'm a good dude. I listen. I've arrived at a place where I respect people, you know, and I don't respect everybody. Don't get me wrong. If you a weirdo, I mean, respect is earned. Let me say that, cause and that's the thing too. Like on my channel, I like, you know, I speak a lot of positivity, but you know what? It's needed because this is like a mirror for me. All right, we good. We good. Yeah, look like we good. We good. But anyway, you know, like I said, where Seep, you know, my point to add, you said is it's just more so of us holding ourselves accountable and working on self and you know, the things that we can't control other people and we can't control the things outside of us. And so that also pertains to trolling. We that also pertains to trolling. We can't control what people whether it's in real life or on social media, you know, how they behave, how they act. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to say that though. But yeah, you know, I just wanted to say that one more time. Yeah, my hairline, yo, and that's the thing I see. Yo, one thing about being on the, at least for me, and like, yo, I be seeing certain, like, even with my physique, right? I'm gonna say this, y'all. Even with my physique, I be seeing certain videos, my physique look better than others. Like certain days, my abs, my midsection is more pronounced than other days. My definition show more than other, and that's another thing about fitness. You see what I'm saying? Where I just wanted to say that. So I'm saying that to say I troll myself. I got criticisms against my own content, but I could be humorous. I see where the improvement is needed. I see the things that I need to work on, and that's what it's about. Every single waking day, we got a choice. We got a decision to make. There are do-overs. Not in every single sense. I mean, for the most part, we can improve. There's always room for improvement. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, fam said the hairline was crazy. Yeah, I got all my hair though, 40 plus. Word. My hair thick too. That was funny though. That was funny. Word. I got teeth missing and all that in the back though. That's from eating too much candy. It happens. You know what I mean? Word. But I know more than anything though, you know, I'm good and you know, more than anything, I could look myself in the mirror. I could live with me. And that's most of that's something for all of us to be able or should be able to live with. Looking in the mirror and with your flaws, your shortcomings, your great characteristics, your great abilities, take all of that and continue each and every day to improve on that. So regardless of the people that's trolling in real life, on the internet, you know what I mean? For me to even be on this camera right now on YouTube, as I mentioned earlier in this video, I can't believe it. I just made the decision one day to make a post on YouTube, and I created my channel that way. Just like that, simple. The first workout video you see on this channel, I just made a decision to do that. But my channel's a fitness channel. I love fitness, so flaws and all, and more so than anything, I'm sharing about the journey of my post-surgery fitness journey. And again, when you see my content, the workout videos, it's really about a great workout being demonstrated, but a workout from somebody who is struggling with, even to this day, increase my reps, to perform a muscle up, things of that nature, to do certain things that make it worth me But anyway, like I was saying, somebody was calling in, so I had to. So yeah, so like I said on my channel, the demonstrations that are performed with the great exercise workouts and stuff is also uh, a case in which me pushing through and struggling with my injury that I could have easily gave up, you know. So that's what I'm displaying also, and I'm with it, you know what I mean. So yeah, so it's a lot that I could be trolled about. It is what it is, but in life, only the strong survive. And as I come to a closeout on this video, I'm gonna say that, and that's gonna be the ultimate point. Because even if you feel weak, that don't mean that you're not strong. Strong is showing up. Strong is acknowledging your weaknesses and improving on them. Strong is identifying with your shortcomings. Strong is looking forward to a better outcome. Strong is being able to have self-accountability. Strong is being able to admit to you, to look in the mirror and for your own good, make the necessary changes. Strong is when you feel outnumbered, you are able to still show up. And what I mean outnumbered, to be in an environment where you feel like you can't relate to anybody in that space. Strong is when you feel that you lost hope and you can say to yourself, I can do this. Strong is when you could give somebody else uplifting words and not feel like when I say you strong is when you can give somebody else uplifting words and not feeling too cocky or arrogant to do so. Strong is when you could acknowledge somebody else's strength and aspire to reach that level. Strong is to be able to be real with you and to look yourself in the mirror and know that the fact that you are able to open your eyes and have the opportunity to do what's necessary to bring about the reality you desire for yourself. And know that there will be trial and error. That's strength. Strength is knowing that today I need to, strong is when I need to start over tomorrow. Because today just may not be my day. And ain't nothing wrong with that. It's just being honest with you. Word. So take your so-called shortcomings, take your imperfections, and put your best foot forward and to make that your greatest strengths. You heard? Yo, it's a gentleman. I'm gonna leave it on this note. I'm about to close out quick though, y'all. It's this guy, I forget his name though. And he don't have no arms, no legs. His body's like it's sort of like he's a torso. Just being real. And he's a motivational speaker. Y'all might know him. He jumps off the diving board and swims and all that. So when you have great individuals such as that person, I saw a video, right? Where you have great individuals such as that person where they could motivate an entire room of hundreds of thousands of people to be the best version of themselves, and he doesn't have arms, legs, and he's just a torso, per se. I don't want to say, I'm not saying it in a way of being negative. I'm just saying, I mean, that's pretty much what, without arms or legs, you're a toss, your body, that's what, So anyway, to motivate hundreds of thousands of people, for those of us who could operate and function with all of our body parts, what's stopping us? And I'm talking to myself when I feel doubtful. Again, I keep it on the eye. I don't come on here to point fingers at anybody, or I'm just keeping it. I'm just keeping this real life talk. But I want to say this though too. Though I saw a video, right? This guy, he was born with like a bone, some type of bone disease. It was like a brittle bone disease of something. He got into a car accident, and it made his situation worse. His bones, he was prone to a wheelchair. And he got into a car accident. And it really caused him great injury. And his medical bills went through the roof. His medical bills just skyrocketed. And what he did was he started his own company. And he became a millionaire. And he paid off all his own medical bills. I'm saying that to say this, look around you. When you're feeling in doubt, and when when life seems like it's getting the best of you, again, I'm keeping on the eye, I'm talking to myself. Look around you and really appreciate everything that you're able to control and change in your life compared to those who truly and solely have to rely on somebody else in order for them to feed themselves, to take care of them, to wash them, to clothe them. Think about that. I can go on, that's another topic for another day. But in terms of the trolling, life is beautiful, life is amazing. So we're gonna end off on a strong note. Each and every waking day is an opportunity. If you're not, if you're able to get on your feet, stand up, and get to it, whatever that may be, you do that. But yeah, I'm about to get up out of here, y'all. I just wanted to touch on that. There's probably so much more I could have said on that topic with the whole trolling thing. But you get the point, and whatever points that I made that you was able to resonate with, hopefully, it made a difference in your perception. I'm a work in progress. And the beautiful thing is that I don't mind admitting that. It's a lot of great things that even at my age, and that's a whole nother thing. I'm gonna say this too though. So much that I didn't accomplish, so much that I still lacking. So for the young people who got the world at their hands, and you hearing this, take full advantage. Because there's so much that if I didn't have the mindset and the choices I made and the things that I put so much importance on and all that, I would have arrived to certain points much earlier in my life. Mature, being more mature, all that. So again, I'm still a work in progress, even at my age, y'all. Yo, the hairline and all. Hairline being twisted and all, you heard? But yeah, be your best self. We just talking real life, man. I'm about to get up out of here, y'all. I gotta go. Y'all appreciate y'all. You know? Holler at me in the comments. Let me know if you resonated with certain things I said or everything, or even if you didn't. It's all good. Yo, I'm out of here, y'all. I'll catch y'all on the next go around. I'll catch you on that next live when I'm getting that workout on. Yo, I'm out of here. Peace.